Hey everyone, this is a new game I created called Cops and Robbers. Just giving you a quick video to show you all the pieces involved and a quick playthrough to get an idea what the game is all about. This is the instruction booklet that comes with the game. This is loot that comes with the game, look like little quarters. These are arrest tokens that are used for the cop side. They win as a bonus if they make arrests. It's 12 dice, 6 red, 6 blue. And these are the unit cards that come with the game. There's 6 levels for each cop and robber, from 1 to 6. And they're used to occupy locations and fight against each other. These are the 6 robber units from 1 to 6, each with a bonus that's associated with them on the bottom of the card. Same for the police side, 1 to 6, with bonuses on the bottom of each card as well. These are item cards. There's 3 types, 2 each, and they're used on locations as well, to occupy locations, and they each have bonuses associated with them. And these are action cards, denoted by a A in the upper left-hand corner. You use them in fights and any part of the game really to influence win or loss or change things in the game at the moment. So now on to the gameplay. We have a game set out with the 4 first locations already out. Both decks have been shuffled, and everything's been set up appropriately as shown in the directions. Now in this video, the locations are in a square as opposed to straight up and down because they wouldn't fit inside the camera. And to our left, we also have our home bases, the police station and the hideout, along to the left side. So all the cards are out, so let's look at the robber's starting hand. We got a couple of units, a couple of actions. Here's our unit cards, 1 to 4. Here's our action cards. Alright, so now let's look at our cop hand. We got basically the same thing. A couple of unit cards, a couple of action cards, 5 units right here, 2 actions. So on our first hand for the robber always goes first. First thing you always probably want to decide is to populate your home base. So I'm going to stick my car thief here. It's a little blurry to the camera, but it's a level 4. And put that in my hideout. Next, I'm going to start to choose what type of locations I want to occupy, looking at how many are required on each. Each card's going to tell me how many units they require, or units and items. And I just got to look back at my hand and see how much and how best I can maximize my hand in the turn. Whether I want to go for some small locations or go for some bigger, longer locations. And try to get more loot right off the bat. So I think we're going to take our 2 units here, a 3 and a 1, place them in a 2 unit location. Just like that on the robber side. Add 2 loot. And take our die, find the 2 side, and place it in the appropriate turn marker position. Then I'm going to put a unit on the 1 spot, put the loot and the turn down, and in my hand. So I refilled my robber hand, and now cop's taking over. Looking at my hand, I'm going to take my SWAT card here and put it in my home base, protecting my police station if I get any arrests. And now I'm probably going to fight against the robbers in one of the locations, trying to figure out what's my best plan of attack. I think I'm going to take these 2 here and probably go against a 2 unit location. See, I got a bonus here for a clothing store. It might come in handy. So I'm going to take the 2, place them face down on the cop side to show that I'm attacking the robbers. And robbers flip over first. And now the burglar has a chance to run and take a loot as per his bonus here. So I could take the burglar and run away, making a less chance that I would win the location, but I'd get 1 loot for free for the beginning. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this 1 loot, get a little closer to my 24, and leave my level 1 guy here to fight in the location. So we flip over the cops, take a look at their numbers, and we see that added up together it's a 4. There's no bonuses that apply here. It's a 4 against the 1, so the robber's obviously going to need some help. So the robber would look inside his hand, take a look at any of the actions or anything that might help him out. If he had event cards at this point, he might want to play those too. Look at all the bonuses, see what can help. So I'm going to add this guy on. Gives me a +2, so ups my robber to a 3. I can use this doppelganger and duplicate the 1. Gives me a little extra bonus, but I lose a little if I get arrested. Give him a bonus, the cop. So I think I'm going to play that as well. So I'm going to duplicate my 1 to 2 and add 2 to give me a 4 total. So it'll give me a even amount between the two. So I take my 2 dice. I take 1 red and 1 blue. Obviously each player would roll their own. And we'll see, cop gets a 3, robber gets a 4, bumps the robber up to an 8, and cop to a 7. So at this point, robber's winning. And cop has one to play something else. Up this 3, maybe another card, something like that. Now is the chance to do something like that. So we'll check back into the cop deck. Maybe we'll have something that can re-roll, like this card here. Gives me the ability to re-roll any die that I want. So I think we're going to play this and see if we can make this number go a little higher. Rolled a 6. Oh, that worked in the cop's favor. So with the 6 now, cop's now firmly winning at 10. So cop's going to take this and they're going to get the arrest. So we'll kind of get rid of these cards and clean everything up. Now looking at the doppelganger card, the cop gets a bonus arrest if it's used. So that's where they're going to get one of those black arrest tokens, along with this 1 that they arrest and take to the police station. You just put it to the side of the home base. And there's your 1 bonus arrest that you get with the doppelganger. So the robber has 1 loot at the moment. And the cop has 2 arrests, 1 regular arrest, and then 1 bonus arrest from the doppelganger. So now the rest of the cards will just go into their own discards. The cop will get an event card for winning, and a new location will come out. So the next location drawn is an electronics store. So that replaces that, and there's the cop's event card. Clean slate, which allows you to make an opponent redraw a hand at any time. So that's going to be the end of the cop's turn. So we'll really has nothing left. So he's going to draw us back up to 7 cards and turn it over to the robber. So the first thing that the robber's going to do is draw back up to 7 cards as per his turn. So I'm going to need 2 more cards out of this. And next in the turn order is lowering all the dies that are on the robber. I have a turn die here of 1, so it's going to drop to 0. So I'm going to claim that space. Those robbers have successfully robbed. I get my loot. Add that to my pile. And I'm going to get a new location and an event card for the win. Looks like it banks out now. Needs 3 units. Take my event card. A not this time card, which allows a player to swap in to already occupied space. So looking at my cards here, kind of get everything in order. Got 2 items now, finally. Can't use the same item on the same space, so that's not going to do me a lot of good. But at least I'm starting to collect some items. A couple more units. Another 4. I think I'm going to throw into my hideout. Now to protect some of my loot. Just to protect my hideout, just in case the cop pulled a attack the hideout card. Those event cards. So let's go back to the hand. And what am I going to do here? Let's look at the location board. I don't have many options. So I'm going to take my 3 units, place them on the jewelry store, get 3 loot, nice little pile, and get a die for a 3, and put 3 face up. Since that takes all the units out of my hand, I think the robber's going to call that it for the round. Go back up to 7 and turn the game over to the cop. So the cop's end's got a couple of possibilities. I picked up a couple more units. Looks like I picked up an item. And I still got some action cards along with my event card. And now to decide what to do. I got a couple options on the board. I can keep going strong and attacking the robbers. I can start defending some locations. As a cop, I want to get a lot of the big locations off the board so they can't keep getting loot. I think that's what I'm going to do. I got a 4 space here on a casino, and I think I'm going to want to protect. So I'm going to take 4 of my units and place them face down on the cop side. I'm going to get 4 loot. And get a blue die. Side 4 face up. I think that's going to be the end of my turn. I don't have any more units. I didn't put one in my police station this round, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have enough to attack me, and we're pretty even in units so far. So I'm not too worried about that. Now back to the robber side. First things first, I drop my die down to 2. I've already drawn up the 7 cards here. So I got a couple more units. Another item. Action. Having 3 items is pretty good. Now it gives me the 2 items that I can use to occupy a location requiring 2 items. So it was a pretty good draw on my part. So I'm going to take 2 units and the 2 items and get that on the electronics store. So placed on the robber side. Get 2 loot. I'll put my die first. Side 2 up. And get 2 loot on there to finish off the card. And just to fill it up, I think I'm going to take my last unit here. My little 1. And I'm going to stick them in my... Whoops. I'm going to stick them in my hideout. Just to start protecting that, I can swap units out. So I have an action card in my hand that allows me to take 1 turn off an occupied location. I think I'm going to use that now. Drop this 2 down to a 1. And not having any more units, I'm going to switch this over to the cop's turn. I'm going to discard this. So I've redrawn, and now looking at my cop hand. I'm going to put it in order here. So I got a couple items, a couple actions. Looks like I'm not doing much with units, be it I seem to have only action and item cards here, except for one little guy right here. Alright, no problem. Well, I definitely want to try and go after that space with 2 items. Let me drop my die here first. Go down to a 4 to a 3. So I got 3 turns left on this occupying. And when the cop hits 0, when the die disappears, the location disappears as well. So, how am I going to get my other unit? I'm going to go into my police station, and I'm going to remove a unit. I can do that once per turn. So I'm going to take my 2 items, grab my other level 1 unit, and now I have my 4 cards to go to the electronics store. So I'll take them and place them on the location card, show my intentions, if you will, and time to flip over the robber. The robber always flips first just to isolate a burglar, see if he wants to remove. We don't have any burglars here. So we have like 3 in units with 2+1 and a TNT item card, which removes a level 2 or below cop from the attack. So when the cop cards flip over, we'll figure that out. And the bolt cutters that allows you to roll and add to your overall level. We'll flip over the cop cards here. We were dealing with a 5, I believe, on that. We had a 4 and a 1. and 2 item cards. Floodlight, which negates the smoke bomb, scapegoat, and burglar bonus. So if we had a burglar in the space, they wouldn't have been able to run. And service belt, which adds +1 arrest level for each robber. So we can add a +2 to the cop sides. Okay, so let's deal with our TNT. So that's going to get rid of the level 1 beat cop. This card goes into the discard. And 1 loot gets taken from the location added to the robber's win pile. So we got him back down to 4, plus the 2 still. So cop's going to be at a level 6 instead of a level 7. The robber's still at a level 3. So we got to do a little more work. Now let's roll for our level bonus. Roll to 6. So that's going to give us +2 levels. So that's going to jump us up to 5 on the robber side. So I think that's all about we can do for both sides now with action cards. So we'll pick up the red and the blue die. Obviously with 2 players, they roll their own die. And we'll see what we get. Robber goes up to an 8 with the 3 added. And cop goes up to an 8 as well with the 2 added. So at this point, both players are going to start looking at their action cards, seeing how they can influence. So we'll start with the cop ones first. Roadblock minus is an escape level of 1 on the robber. So we'll play that against him. We'll knock him down to a 7. So at least it puts us 1 ahead. And on the robber side, we don't really have anything. So it looks like our 7 is going to stay. So the cops are going to win this one. From 8 to a 7. So we'll take away the item cards. They'll go in the discard. The units go into the police station or by the police station and get 2 more arrests. And all the cop cards, everything else gets discarded. Loot goes back. And the location gets discarded. Since this was a cop win, a new location is going to come out immediately. If the robber had won it, then the new location would come out on the robber's turn, as it says in the directions. So clear that, get a new location at the top of the pile. It's a clothing store. And take an event card for the cop, which we have Easy Collar. Allows for just a bonus arrest. You play it any time. You play it at the end to win. You can play it at the beginning. Nice little card to have. So I think we're going to stop right there. It kind of gives you a brief idea of the game and how it just basically plays. We didn't really get into event cards or raiding each other's hideout or police station, but they all kind of play the same way. And all the stuff is explained in the instructions. I hope you enjoy the game. If you're interested, you can go to the Game Crafter site at www.gamecrafter.com and search for the game. You can also go to the website and get a link through there or through Facebook or any other social media. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in the game, there'll be all the information in the description of the video. You can go to the website or www.gamecrafter.com. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and I hope you'll consider buying the game and having some fun with it. Again, thanks for watching. This is Cops and Robbers.